the Redskins have promoted Kevin O'Connell to offensive coordinator. He was their passing game coordinator last season.
Mm-hmm.
And they're shaking up their offensive coaching alignment, I guess, because now O'Connell is above Matt Cavanaugh, who was technically the team's offensive coordinator the past 2 seasons. He's been given the job title of senior offensive assistant.
He's basically been demoted.
Yes.
Right.
That's exactly what has happened.
And so we don't know if O'Connell will be calling the plays. He may take over as the play caller, but it's unsure. Is this a big deal? Like, some people are starting to say.
I think it's a big deal because Dan Snyder
would've
and
lost
the
him.
decision makers in the building don't want Sean McVay Part 2 happening.
Yes.
With a young, promising coordinator type who could be groomed into a head coach and will be a head coach at some point, leaving the building.
He is their Zach Taylor. He is their Matt LaFleur, Sean McVay. And they really value him. They don't want him to go anywhere. So they promoted him. 33 years old.
And it might be good because, if you believe like Craig Hawkins, and he gave us a full kind of breakdown on it last night, that, it's a fresh voice in his concepts,
favors more RPO.
Right, might be more in line with sort of what's going on today.
But again, like JP said, who knows if he's actually going to be calling the plays. Jay is still the ultimate decision maker.
Right.
So who knows who's going to be the in-game play caller. But they obviously like him.
Yeah. It remains to be seen how great a move it is. It's good in the sense that he's considered to be a bright young coach. You're keeping him in the building. Maybe if he has more of a voice, you get like sort of that younger thought sort of to the offense.
I think he might be the next Sean McVay. We'll open up the phone lines. Want to hear from Redskins fans at 800-636-1067. You can call us on the Hadid Carpet Cleaning Listener lines. Do you think this is a big deal? The Redskins have promoted Kevin O'Connell to offensive coordinator.
Let me tell you where it could be.
His 6th season.
Let me tell you where it could be a big deal. If they draft like a Kyler Murray, okay? It killed me last year. I was so excited for Josh Johnson because when he first came in, you saw he's got these legs. He can move around a little bit. And yet they didn't really utilize it after like his first game or so. Jay just kind of used him like a traditional drop-back quarterback. And I wanted to roll him out more. I wanted more run-pass options, all that stuff. You didn't see any of that. If they draft Kyler Murray, you're going to have to incorporate that kind of stuff. You can't just run traditional offense with Kyler Murray. If O'Connell is better suited,
more innovative
for that kind of thing, that's the kind of guy you're going to need to groom someone like that.
Look, if you've identified him as a future head coach and a coaching star, I think it could be a big deal if Gruden gets whacked next year.
Absolutely.
Which I expect him to be whacked. I don't expect the Redskins to have a successful campaign. And if you've gone to the playoffs,
he's going to get fired.
If you've gone to the playoffs 1 in 6 seasons,
the only thing that I think that
you can't keep coming
here's
back.
what I think possibly saves Jay, even if he has
another keep saving Jay.
No. Here's
the
I'm
only
not
way.
advocating for it.
Okay.
Right. Give me the scenario how he could stay if they lose.
Because he's tight with Bruce Allen. If you're tight with Bruce Allen, you could have a Marvin Lewis-like run here in D.C.
They are buddies.
They're just tight.
Bruce does like him.
So even if they're 6-10, 5-11, I think he'll be gone. But I think his relationship with Bruce Allen and with the Gruden family certainly helps him.
What Jay has going for him is that, I don't want to disrespect the guy, but he seems great guy. Seems like a yes man. So they tell him what they want, and he implements. He's like the Jason Garrett.
That's why he still has his job.
Exactly.
He's playing the game.
And that could keep him in a lot longer than people think.
Right. What does Jay do if he hands over the play calling? So now he's just in charge of timeouts?
Well, he's not going to hand over the play calling.
Oh, he's still going to be in the mix.
Didn't he hand it over to McVay?
He may let O'Connell have input, but I don't think he's just going to.
Why? He gave it to McVay.
I don't think he's all of a sudden just going to say, call the plays, and I'm just the overseer.
You drop the script during the week. And
also,
he
helps develop the game plan with him.
Yeah.
That's a huge thing. But then calling the plays, that's just one part of it.
Yeah. Who knows what they're talking about in those headsets?
Yeah, but when you're in the hot seat, you would think that you would want to call the plays. You know what I mean? Like he knows he's in the hot seat.
He still might.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, didn't Hoffman say that? Didn't Hoffman say that during parts of last year O'Connell was calling plays? Now I don't know when they were making that decision and how that works out, but as the season was progressing, his voice was getting louder and he was calling some of the plays. That's what Hoffman.
I remember at the end of the year. I don't remember if it was with Sanchez or with Johnson that they would, when you'd see on the sideline, it looked like O'Connell was talking the most and maybe doing the plays. So it might have been with one of those quarterbacks.
It should have been. I never thought they used Josh Johnson right. I understand he's limited, but I never thought they used him properly.
Well,
which is the fear if they draft like a Kyler Murray type. That's why people think you need a different staff.
That's the bigger thing is who are they going to go after? Are they going to go after a veteran or are they going to draft somebody?
And
I don't think they can afford a veteran.
Part of what our Redskins beat reporter Craig Hoffman was that Kevin O'Connell may have been more friendly to Alex Smith had he been the offense. Speculative.
Right, because he would have run more RPO stuff, would have rolled. We used to utilize the legs more. There's just nothing wrong with that. People seem to think it's some sort of horrible thing. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, I don't think it's that big of a deal. I mean, it's amazing how many coaches there are because so on the offensive side, they're still going to have Matt Kavanaugh in the room.
Yeah, but it sounds like he's still going to have completely relegated.
He's been muted.
Okay, but you got Gruden, you got O'Connell, you got Kavanaugh. They're going to apparently hire Zampese.
They're hiring a Zampese?
How many Zampeses are there?
A younger Zampese.
Yeah, it's not the old man.
Yeah,
it's not the old man.
No.
All right.
No, it might be. I don't know. It says they interviewed former Bengals offensive coordinator Ken Zampese.
That's not the old man. The old man is Ernie.
He's 82.
Zampese.
Yeah.
You're not hiring
Ernie.
him. Though the Nats just hired Jack McKeon, 88, to be a senior advisor.
So great.
to Mike Rizzo.
That's
and
crazy.
they have an 89-year-old on staff. Now, it turns out it might be Rizzo's dad because it's Phil Rizzo.
Okay.
Could be.
Gotta be.
His dad was an old scout.
They have
I
an
think.
88-year-old and an 89-year-old on
Pretty
staff.
sure his dad was an old
Yeah,
scout.
he's hooked
Probably
up.
Hey, you know
was.
what?
Couple whippersnappers.
Maybe we'll start listening to the Junks. We are trending old in the last few months, especially.
My uncle's 88. I could hire him.
Right. Get him on the staff.
He's big on Ohio State football.